What's good, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Chaos, in the building, out here in Denver, Colorado, kicking up dust. How you guys doing this morning? It's a nice little Saturday. Weather's nice. It's a long week. Still waking up. Got my cup of Joe, as some old timers might say. Mm. Yes. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Um, Free agency. Free agency. Well, when we benched Carr, it was a tall tale sign that he was going to be out of here. So, with that being said, day 5 of free agency, we finally got our guy. On paper, um, yes, it is Jimmy G. Yes, he is a former Patriot, just like much of the rest of the team. Um, I'm excited. We finally got a quarterback. Took 5 days, but let's go over. Let's see. We didn't do anything day 1. Didn't do anything day 2. Okay. Day 3, when things finally opened up, we traded away Darren Waller. Yes, traded away Darren Waller for a 3rd-round pick. How do I feel about that? I feel like, man, he was one of my favorite tight ends. But with his health these last 2 seasons, he couldn't really stay healthy. Missed quite a few games. This last year, he had a hammy. um, and we let go of him for a 3rd-rounder. Which makes me wonder. I wonder what Green Bay offered us before the trade deadline for him. Because if it was higher than a 3rd, I'm going to be upset. For real. I'm going to be upset. But anyway, so we needed defense, and then we signed a bunch of offense. Yeah. And we did the Raider thing. We signed Jacoby Myers, former Patriot. We signed wide receiver Philip Dorsett, former Patriot. And then to try to fill holes, what we did was we, instead of re-signing Denzel Perriman, we signed linebacker Robert Spillane, former Steeler. And then instead of re-signing Duron Harmon, which is up there in age, but was still a good piece for us last year, we signed safety Marcus Epps, the former Eagle. Then, instead of going out and spending money on a top-notch corner, we did the Raider thing, and we picked up corner, former Raider, former Colt, former Charger, Brandon Faison. Then, at the end of the week, on day 5, Jimmy G finally decided to sign with us. Which, yes, we needed a quarterback. What does that mean for the draft? What does that mean for the draft? We will probably pick up a quarterback in the draft. Will it be the 1st round? I highly doubt it. I doubt it. Unless we move up, unless we move up in the draft, we're not getting a top five quarterback. A lot of the teams in the top five picks are going after quarterbacks. So Bryce Young will be off the board at number seven. Anthony Richardson will definitely be off the board at number seven. Um, C.J. Stroud, my guy from Ohio State, he will be off the board at number seven. And Will Levis will probably be off the board at number seven. Those are your top four quarterbacks. After that, then you're looking at Stetson Bennett as a quarterback. You're looking at um, another name I keep hearing um, is Hendon Hooker. Um, so yes, I have a feeling we're gonna go. We're either gonna. Well, at this point, I doubt we'll trade back for more picks because we got a lot of picks right now. To answer your question, Andrea, I feel like it will. Wow, what position? What position will we go for at number seven? If Jalen Carter is available, which I doubt it, we may not. We might go defensive line. Um, I think we'll go best player available. Hopefully on the defense. I'm hoping with number seven we get like a Cam Smith, the cornerback. He's a top guy. Joey Porter Jr. He's one of those top corners. Um, I don't think they'll go linebacker. I doubt it. Um, but I'm hoping defensive line or corner. We don't need another safety unless you're going to re-sign Dron Harmon for depth. So that's what I'm hoping for. Top corner or top defensive lineman. Those are my two positions I'm going after with that number seven pick. We literally have 12 draft picks in a 7 round draft. Also, we have 8 draft picks in the first 5 rounds. So you talk about having enough picks to build your team that you want. That right there, that's pretty that's pretty solid. Oh, that coffee is good this morning. Whew. So, yes, that's who I'm going after. Let's get back to it. Um, so yes, we let go of Darren Waller for an extra pick, which I think everybody was disappointed that we didn't get like a player in return. Which I get that, but the a third rounder for Darren Waller, that's pretty high. I don't think you're getting anything higher than a second for him on a trade. Um, but yeah, I would have rather kept him as our tight end and traded off Hunter Renfro, just because Hunter Renfro is he gets hit a lot and they're nasty. Like they're like pulling back the neck and uh, I don't. I just don't trust. I don't trust Hunter Renfro as much as with his health as much as I trust Darren Waller. Even though Darren Waller seems a little fragile, but we did pick up 2 solid players in place of Darren Waller. I don't know if they're gonna end up trading Renfro or not. Now that they got rid of Darren Waller, Darren Waller is one of those players that I really, really, truly hope he succeeds with the Giants. They got a good coach. They got a good young quarterback. He's still kind of learning. He had to fight his way. but they did make the playoffs last year. So yes, I'm very happy for Darren Waller. I hope he stays healthy next year. I hope he puts up numbers. I hope he doesn't drop any touchdown passes. But yes, so wide receiver Jacoby Myers. He's kind of a slot guy. He's got that speed. He could get open. Philip Dorsett. He's a player that's a little bit up there in age, but he's fast. He's a guy that they're probably going to use to get downfield to open up the underneath. He's got that speed to go deep. Um, I think with Hunter Renfro as a slot, Philip Dorsett as a slot, then you're going to have Jacoby Myers on the outside and Adam um, Devontae Adams on the outside. I think you're going to see a lot of um, like rotating these guys across the line just to get these guys open, create mismatches. That's what Josh McDaniels is really good at, is creating mismatches on the offense. Um, so I mean, we did want speed on the offense, so we got hella speed now. So we did get faster. All these guys that they got, they're gonna be able to get open. They're gonna be able to get open. Um, so I'm happy about that. We also re-signed safety Roger Teamer. Um, we re-signed tackle Brandon Parker, which I have no idea why. He's not even one of their guys. And we re-signed tight end Jesper Horsted. So I think with Waller getting traded, they re-signed him. I'm not sure why they re-signed Jesper instead of Foster Moreau. Foster Moreau is a very durable um, tight end. I haven't really watched a lot of tape on him, so I don't know how good he is at like the blocking part of it. But he does get open, and he's usually pretty good with the hands. But towards the end of the last season, he did cost us some big first downs. He did cost us um, some opportunities. Um, the one re-signing that I am super happy about is guard Natane Moody, which we picked up off of the Broncos practice squad last year, and we didn't use him. We kept him under wraps. We kept him off the table. Um, I think they were just trying to see what else they had on the line. Our line started to really gel towards the end of the year. We did re-sign Jermaine Illuminar. So look, I think I have a really good feeling that next year our O line is going to be way more solid, way more consistent than it was last year. Um, Josh McDaniels is known to rotate the line to try to figure out the best fits. When you're doing that, you're causing, excuse me, when you rotate players too much, you're causing inconsistency. Because the whole thing with the line is you need them to gel with the person next to them. You know, you got your center, then you got your right guard, left guard, then you got your right tackle, left tackle. So I have a feeling what we're gonna end up seeing, at least at one point in the year, which is gonna be a really solid line, is you're gonna see Colton Miller at the left tackle. I think Natane Moody, if he can stay healthy, he's gonna beat out whoever he has to get that left guard. Then you got Andre James, which has been there a few years. He's still young. Then I think what you're gonna see is Dylan Parham, and then Jermaine Illuminor at the left tackle. So you're gonna have Colt Miller, left tackle. Uh, Left guard will be Natane Moody. Andre James as your center. Dylan Parham as your right guard, and then Right tackle will be Jermaine Illuminar, which Jermaine Illuminar, he did have a lot of penalties last year. But what he did do is he was pretty good at protection. He only gave up 3 sacks, and he played almost every game, I think. Well, I could look that up real fast. Let me see. Give me just a second. Let's see a PFF grade. Yes. So he had 10 penalties and gave up 3 sacks. So let's check out. Um, let's check out Colton Miller. Colton Miller. He was our best defense, or he's our best offensive lineman. Well, he was our best offensive lineman last year. He only had 5 penalties, but he gave up 4 sacks. His PFF overall grade is 84.1. Jermaine Illuminor's overall grade was 70 something. 75.3. Let's look up Andre James. Let's see what this is all about. I'm kind of having fun with stats. I'm a stat guy. Sorry. Uh, Andre. Wow. Okay. Okay. So not sure why, but Andre James only had 3 penalties and gave up 2 sacks. But his overall grade is 62.8. Like, how does that make sense? Out of 964 snaps. Uh, Give me just 1 second. Sorry about that. I do apologize. So, yes. What do you guys think down in the comment section? So, I'm probably not going to be long this morning. Um, I just wanted to get on here and do a quick recap, let you know who we signed, who we didn't sign. Let's let Adam um, let's check out that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna check out the cap space real fast because we had $40 million. We were third on for the most. We were third for the most cap space. We have 20 million.4 left in cap. Um, so now we're at number 7. Wow, this number 7 keeps popping up. So number 7, lucky number 7, lucky number 7. Huh, that's interesting. Number 7. We got the 7th overall pick. Now we're 7th in cap space. They are estimating right now with the 12 picks that we have to set aside. We have to set aside 15 million for the rookies. I'm hoping for a big trade. I'm hoping we give up some draft capital to get. We still need an all-star corner. We need a solid corner. Speaking of that, let's go back and see who's the. Let's see who's left for free agents. Okay, let's go through this. We still need a corner. Best player available right now, Odell Beckham Jr. Second best player, Bobby Wagner. Third best player, Jadeveon Clowney. Fourth, Leonard Floyd. He's an edge. Donovan Smith, the offensive tackle. Frank Clark, the defensive end from Kansas City. Isaiah Wynn, a Patriot, offensive tackle. McCole Hardman, wide receiver. DJ Chark, wide receiver. Isaiah McKenzie, wide receiver. Those are your top 10. Oh, here we go. Top corner. I didn't list any corners because there were none in the top 10. Sean Murphy Bunting. Now, I did look into this guy a little bit, and I think, well, he's from Tampa Bay, and he's their other young corner that they have that they have not re-signed because they kept. Oh, what was his name? They re-signed. Oh, Sean Dean, the corner Sean Dean. He's about the same age. These guys are about 26, 27. Um, I think if you wanted to get a solid, I think if you were not gonna re-sign Rock Sin, um, and he doesn't want to take a haircut, I think that you should go after this guy, throw some money at him. We still have tons of money to spend next year. Why can't we set up these deals to like spend our money next year? What are we gonna wait till next year to like sign some big names? Why not get somebody? I'm not familiar with how the money works, but do the Raiders have enough cap space to fill all their weak spots, or do they need to pick and choose? Right now they only have 20 million, Andrea. Um, and as of right now, with the 12 picks in the 2023 draft, they have to set aside 15 million for the rookies, for all their rookie deals. But definitely, you could still go out and restructure. Darren Waller went to the Jets and restructured his contract with them. We need to get Hunter Renfro to restructure his contract because he's getting paid tremendous. He's getting paid a buttload of money right now. Yes, but you could still restructure. You could still cut Brandon Bolden. You could still cut Andre James and put Dylan Parham at the center. Um, you can restructure Devonte Adams. You can restructure who else? Hunter Renfro. Max Crosby already did his part. Um, yes, you can still create some more cap space, but we definitely can't fill all the holes we have still with just 5 million. But if you cut those guys, don't you have to fill the position anyway? Yes, if we do cut those guys, we have enough offensive linemen right now. We could cut James and put Dylan Parham as a center, and then we still got Thayer Mumford to take that right guard, right tackle position and do whatever we need to. Um, yes, but you're right. If you cut somebody, you definitely do have to fill that hole, whether it's in free agency. Um, let's do this. Let's go. So Sean Murphy Bunting is still out there. Let me continue this real fast. Shaq Griffin, the former Seahawk, he's a good corner. Marcus Peters from Baltimore, he's up there. He's actually from Cali. It would almost be like a coming home for him. Who else do we got? Rock Sin, and then we got Ronald Darby. So if they don't re-sign Rock Sin, which I heard Rock Sin was visiting the Saints. So I don't know if they're gonna let him go. I don't know if he wants too much money, but man, we definitely need a corner. Because if you draft a young stud, it would be really nice to have somebody on the opposite side, like a veteran, like a young Rocky Sin or an old Marcus Peters. Um, I mean, you still have the money. You can go throw your money at Sean Murphy Bunting from Tampa Bay, young guy who's probably still got the speed. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna go find out. Let's look at. Uh, let's look at the roster. Okay. I'm looking at the people that have not. I'm looking at the unrestricted free agents right now. Okay. Um, we have Anthony Averett, Alex Bars, which is an offensive lineman, Jackson Barton, which is a tackle, to Sean Bauer, which is a defensive end, which I would like to re-sign. Excuse me. Keelan Cole, we could do without the wide receiver. Had one good, he had one good catch in his career so far, and that was this last season. Jermaine Illuminor, which they did re-sign, which was a very good signing. Matthias Farley, safety. Another center, Deron Harmon, which I hope they re-sign. Mac Hollins, which would have been a good replacement. Um, Instead of bringing in like a bunch of former Patriots. Mac Hollins was a solid guy and a good solid um, what do they call it? Special teamer. Sidney Jones the fourth, which is a corner, he made a couple plays at the end of the year. Micah Kaiser, the linebacker, Harvey Lange, the linebacker, Foster Moreau, which I would have re-signed instead of the other dude. Denzel Perryman, which is visiting the Titans, or no, was it the Texans? Um, Isaac Rochelle, defensive end, and Rocky Sin, which we have. So these are all the unrestricted free agents that we still have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jacob Johnson, we resigned. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Have 20 more free agents, bro. 20. Dude. Resign some of these guys. Dude. So instead of resigning Deron Harmon, we resigned special teamer Roger Teamer. Instead of re-signing Rocky Sin, we signed Brandon Faison. Who else is on this list? Instead of re-signing Deron Harmon, we picked up. Oh, I already talked about that. Instead of re-signing Mac Hollins, we went out there and got Jacoby Myers and Philip Dorsett. Instead of re-signing Foster Moreau, we re-signed Jesper Horsted. It's just crazy, man. Like, we did not need to re-sign Amir Abdullah. We have enough running backs. We did not need to re-sign Brandon Parker. He is not good. Man, I don't know. So it doesn't really sound like there's anything going on right now. If we do make a trade, it better be a blockbuster trade. Um, I was hoping we would trade for Darius Slay from the Eagles. It sounded like they were trying to trade him. They re-signed him. They re-signed James Bradbury, which is a former Daniel Coach Graham. What's his first name? Okay. Anyway, I'm still trying to wake up. Um, yeah. So this is kind of where we're at right now. We have 12 draft picks in the 2023 draft, which is in April. 8 of which are in the first 5 rounds. So we have one first rounder, number 7. I have a feeling we're probably going to stay at number 7. We have a second rounder, which is pick number 34, I believe. We have, I think we have three thirds, a fourth, and let's just do this. Let's just do this. Okay, here's the breakdown. Round one, pick number 7. Round two, pick number 38. We have two third rounders, pick number 70 and pick number 100. Round four, we have one at pick number 109. Here's where it gets interesting. We have we have three fifth rounders. Pick number 141, pick number 144, and pick number 174. In round six, we got two. We got pick number 204 and pick number 214. Round number seven, two more. The last two. Pick number 220 and pick number 231. That's 12 players. 12 players. What would be cool? This is what I would do. I would trade two of my seventh rounders to get another number 6. Then I would trade two of my six rounders to get a number 5. Then I would trade two fifth rounders to get a number 4. I would just trade up, boom, 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 boom. See how many players you can get within the first. Well, right now you got a lot in the first 5 rounds. You got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. But I would try to trade up, or I would go out and get up. I would go. Man, you got enough trade. You got enough. Um, you got enough picks to go out and trade for somebody fantastic on the defensive side. Top guys still out there that you could go get if you wanted to fill the stands with more fans. You could go out and get Bobby Wagner, give him like a 2-year deal, whatever. He's like already 33. He's a what, like 8-time All Pro. He's probably like the best defensive player still out there. Or you could go get um, Marcus Peters, 2 or 3 year deal. He's age 30. He's a solid guy. He's an all star. But if you're trying to build for the future, you could get, you know, oh wow, I just had a brain fart. You could get, what's his name? Sean Murphy Bunting off of Tampa Bay's list. Um, Players I would still players I would still resign. You could still resign Anthony Averett, see if he can stay healthy. Tashawn Bauer was a great pickup. Duron Harmon, the safety. Um, Not sure if there's any room for Mac Hollins at this point. Jacob Johnson already got re signed. Sidney Jones, um, you could pick him up. Micah Kaiser, maybe Foster Monroe now. Not sure if Kyle Pecco, but you still got Denzel Perryman and Rocky Sin. Like those would be guys that I would look at re-signing. But yeah, also last and definitely least, yesterday we also, or was it this morning? we also re signed a long snapper. Yes. Instead of making a blockbuster trade, instead of picking up somebody on the defense, instead of getting a corner, a solid corner, we got a long snapper. Yes. A little whippersnapper. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here for a little bit, holler at you. Uh, these are my thoughts. Please leave yours down in the comments. All right, y'all have a good weekend. Um, hopefully, we can get somebody over this weekend. I doubt it. Um, but yeah, y'all have a good weekend. Peace out. Peace, love, and goose grease. That's what I always say.